My name is Tedesco. I'm a photographer, publicist, and historic shipwreck professional. And I started photographing this bunny in 2008. I would walk through the cemetery on a regular basis, and one day I saw it at a distance laying on the ground, and then I came back shortly after that, and somebody had set him up on Miriam Albury's grave. Since 2008, I've photographed him over time and watched him become more decayed. The people who work here and who maintain the grounds have kept him here. I've come to see him almost as a being rather than a toy. A number of people talked about how it reminded them of the Velveteen Rabbit story. So I've actually brought an excerpt from the Velveteen Rabbit with me. He said, "You become. It takes a long time. That's why it doesn't happen often to people who break easily or have sharp edges or have to be carefully kept. Generally, by the time you are real, most of your hair has been rubbed off and your eyes drop out and you get loose in the joints and are very shabby. But these things don't matter at all, because once you are real, you can't be ugly, except to people who don't understand." So not far from where the bunny is, this beautiful little stone headless angel who I've also been photographing for several years. She's very weathered, as you can see, missing her head. I'll come by and sometimes I'll find her on her side, but usually she's propped up against the fence. It speaks to me about the reverence that the people in the community and the cemetery maintenance people, the cemetery caregivers, that a piece like this hasn't been stolen or disappeared, that there's actual care, that people care to pick her up off the ground when she falls and set her upright again. And we don't know what her story is or if she even started in this plot, but here she is, and I love to visit her sometimes. The Key West Cemetery is full of so many incredible surprises and treasures, and this is the grave site of local artist Debra Yates' uncle, Archibald Sheldon Yates. Well, Archibald was a famous jazz bass player, and his wife Elaine was an artist, and she had a passion for sculpture. This was her favorite sculpture. While many of us were conversing about what's the meaning of her tied hands behind her back, why is she sitting on this wave, it was really more about the fact they just liked the sculpture and chose it to set on his grave. But I kind of look at her with this Zen feeling, because she's balanced very precariously on a wave. Her hands are tied behind her back, but her face is lifted toward the sun and it's almost blissful. So I see her as having found this perfect balance of riding the wave. So this is the grave of Archibald Sheldon Yates, and this is her story.